Hey Stallions, AK-40 Kevin here. Look, I have an Atari shirt on, baby. You know what that means? I bought the company. I'm the El Presidente. Well, actually, the CFO. Actually, they might have just signed me to a deal. It's actually 2 deals. Count them, sucker. Atari gave me a piece of paper to sign. It had words on it. It had a lot of words, actually, and the font was kind of small, so I didn't really read the fine print because it's just a contract. It's just a deal. I think I got 145 million from that deal. Might have been 2 billion. Shoot, maybe it was $12 Canadian. I can't really remember. All that you really need to worry about is on the top brass over there at Atari. Don't worry if you see any tweets from the verified account from Atari or anything saying this is blatantly incorrect information.
You guys know in your heart of hearts and your tookus, right there in your brown eye and your chocolate starfish, that I own that sucker.
The company, not your starfish. This is the biggest joke or meme in gaming right now, and a lot of developments have happened in the last 48 hours, so I'm going to cover everything. From what I said last night on stream, where I introduced the news that Soulja Boy had indeed bought Atari, blatantly said I didn't believe it then because he's been full of it. He's been full of pudding ever since he tried to go with the whole drop shipping method of delivering consoles. It didn't work out for him. He was sued by Nintendo for millions of dollars, basically told to eliminate or destroy his ROMs from his store. And the very few consoles that he actually did deliver, which a lot of times he wouldn't even deliver the consoles, he would just blatantly rip people off and say there was a logistics issue behind the scenes. He's done a lot of really negative stuff for the gaming community, really nothing positive, but in his brain, he's some kind of a top tier entrepreneurial mastermind. Then we're going to cover the official statement from Atari, the fact that a lot of Soulja Boy's fans, which I can't even believe that he has fans nowadays, they're cranking more than that Soulja Boy, they're cranking some incoherent rambling, basically saying that Atari's incorrect, and indeed Soulja Boy does own the company. Then we're going to cover the fact that he actually did have a contract, a business deal with Atari, however it was not owning the company, it wasn't even working for them as an employee on payroll or anything like that, he was not on retainer, he was basically just doing a harebrained marketing campaign for them to pump up their meme coin, as they do now have a cryptocurrency. They're also starting a casino and a line of assless chaps. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Atari would do something blatantly ridiculous like this, considering they're off the rockers. And their current console, the VCS, is an absolute joke. Not the Atari 2600 VCS over here from the late 70s. That thing was a powerhouse for the time. But they actually have a modern generation console called the VCS out right now that's pure trash. Alright, Stallions, we're going to start this video off with a clip from my live stream last night where I showed the news article stating that indeed Soulja Boy had bought Atari or was claiming to have bought Atari. He made a short video clip. I don't know if it was live or pre-recorded, but a video clip saying that he owned the company and just basically flexing about. There was a lot of red flags that clearly he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. He was just baked out of his skull and he was just saying incoherent words. For example, if you engage in a major business deal, you would know down to the penny exactly what the deal was for. But he's saying like, I think I'm going to get about $146. Maybe it was 142. Carry the 3. It might have been the square root and inverted. I'm not really sure. Like, you would know. 2, he said he was the owner, then the CEO, then the CFO. Then he just said he got signed. It's not a record label. You don't get signed. That's not the terminology they would use. You would have an occupation or a job title there, but he got signed to 2 deals. And again, he did have a deal, but we're going to look at the contract. It literally just says that he is to promote their cryptocurrency. So a very low, non-partnered, third-party marketing position is all he was offered. Let's see what I had to say last night on stream, in case you missed it, which you shouldn't have, because it was a hunky-dory good time. That's pretty awesome. You know what's not awesome? Soulja Boy. So this is actually his 3rd attempt now at getting into the gaming realm. And in his mind, he's actually been quite successful in it. However, you know, I can't speak to his monetary gain because I don't know if he's actually been lucrative in his ventures. I would have to say no, because he lost a major lawsuit from Nintendo because he was blatantly ripping off their ROMs. Not to mention he was ripping off his customers to where I'm sure he had to pay back refunds or reparations, if you will, because he never actually delivered the products that he was charging for. For example, Rich over there at Review Tech gave him 2 chances with his last generation of consoles that he doesn't design. It's basically he uses a drop shipping model. So he goes on something like Alibaba.com or AliExpress and buys, 5,000 consoles in bulk at probably $20, $30 a unit, slaps his logo on there, and then basically sells them to people as his own product. When he actually did deliver the product, people disassembled it, and they would find the inside, it is basically a single board computer that is dirt cheap, had literally no modern functionality whatsoever. It had wired controllers. I mean, this was in 2019, and They had wired controllers, so people are like, what the hell? Didn't have a Wi-Fi card, you had to use Ethernet. And he's also made a lot of other, I say made, but he's also resold a lot of products such as knockoff AirPods, knockoff Apple Watches. He called like the Soulja watch and stuff like that. So he's really just trying everything. He's got the entrepreneurial spirit, but the delivery is not good. But now he claims he bought Atari. On his Twitter, it now says CEO of Atari. See what Soulja Boy's got to say here.
Signed me to a deal to Atari. Big shout out to Atari, the whole staff. I'm about to revamp the company. We're going to take Atari to the next level. Everybody go follow at Atari. I am now the owner of Atari. I own the video game company Atari.
Doubtful.
They was real proud of me and what I did with the Soulja Boy game console. You know what I'm saying?
Proud of what? Proud of him blatantly ripping people off? He did literally nothing for the gaming community. I think in his mind, he's some kind of a Robin Hood kind of getting people budget-oriented consoles and whatnot. But the thing is, he didn't deliver more than half of them, and the ones he did deliver ran like an old baked potato.
Man, I blew Soulja Boy game up. We about to sell the company for like, was it 100? I think I'm gonna get 140 million.
That's chump change. I made that last week.
I'm gonna get like 100. I'm finna get $140 million.
I'm finna already get it.
Game, so
I already got it.
Atari reached out and I just signed a deal with Atari. I signed 2 deals with Atari.
Two deals. Read them and weep, bitch. Count them. 2 deals.
First rapper to own a video game company. Follow at Atari.
Really nothing much to say here besides, for one, proof is in the pudding and I haven't been fed any pudding yet. There's literally been no official news besides him changing his title on Twitter. That's not official. Anybody can change that. I can change it right now to say Phil Spencer's replacement as head of Xbox, and people will be like, whoa, I guess AK-40 Kevin signed a deal. 25,000 subscribers really carried him the way. So almost immediately Atari comes out on their verified Twitter, hence this little check mark here. We know that CEO of Atari is a dream job, but that honor belongs to Wade Rosen. So clearly not Soulja Boy. And then Soulja Boy immediately retorts with a very articulate and well-worded response.
Follow at Soulja Boy gang. I suppose y'all got me. What? Don't never get on the internet.
You've got him fucked up.
Y'all company call me. I might bring y'all company back.
By the way, if it sounds like the video's cutting out, each one of those is an exploitive deletive or a naughty McCurse word.
I don't even heard y'all play Sega and Nintendo. I never played.
So he's never heard of Atari, yet he was so excited when he initially announced that he was the CEO of the company. He was super psyched. He was even wearing an Atari shirt. Interesting. But he's never heard of them. He plays Sega and Nintendo.
Atari talking about, hold on. Look at this. Send me 2 contracts, 13 pages. Y'all send me 30 Y'all got me.
So there's the contract right now. It does have a watermark over it covering the majority of it. However, I did view a high resolution copy of it and looked over it. I didn't read the entire 13-page contract, but I did read the line items that strictly mentioned that he was only to promote cryptocurrency for them, and that's it. And for legality issues and me protecting the sweet tender buns of my channel, I'm not going to link the actual contract, but if you guys just Google Soulja Boy Atari contract, I'm pretty sure it's open source.
Never capped about nothing in my life.
So for those of you guys that don't know, to cap means to exaggerate or to tell a white lie almost, or to blatantly lie, but usually it means to exaggerate something. So say for example, one was hired on by Atari to promote cryptocurrency and were to say instead that they actually own the company. That would be a cap.
Whatever the y'all said, don't make it seem like I'm lying. You talking about Atari, y'all. Help me. I'm the hottest rap in the game.
That's also incorrect. The lie detector test has shown that is a lie. He hasn't been relevant in the rap game or the hip hop scene for many years. He had 2 or 3 bangers. The one that most of us the one that's probably near and dear to our rear would be Crank That Soulja Boy, which I wasn't a big fan of, and I pretty much almost solely listen to rap only. That and like electronic, like dubstep, a little bit of rock here and there. From what I've heard, he doesn't even do concerts anymore or anything. He attempts to stream. Hottest rapper in the game. That is literally me being like, Shroud, Tfue, pure garbage. I'm the hottest esports athlete in the game right now. People might be like, well, AK-40 Kevin's makes quality content. He's humorous and covers the gaming news in a very spiffy way, but that might be a cap, if you will, an exaggeration.
I ain't never even played Atari. Play Sonic, I play Sega, I play Nintendo.
I play Sunny. I always play Sunny because I'm always having a bright and cheery time.
Y'all call me, ask me to help y'all. Now you know what?
No, we don't know what. The video cut off. Is that the end of it? We don't know what. What is the end to this story? They don't want to see Soulja winning, shaking my head. It's not a personal attack against him, but he lied about being the CEO of a company and has ripped off hundreds of thousands of gamers by selling janky consoles. Speaking of janky consoles, who TF, or the fudge, even plays Atari? Soulja Boy's games is way better. So I did allude during the intro that the Atari VCS is a trash console, but his consoles, if you want to call them that, they're really just single board computers in a console case, are way, way worse. He put up the contract, now what? And there was nothing on that contract about his owning the company. My boy here makes a very good point. Owner and chief executive officer, not the same shit. That's very true. A CEO can be the owner of a company, but generally these are two separate positions. In case you guys are wondering about my credentials for spewing this kind of information, I actually go to school right now to college. My degree plan is BBA, or Bachelor's in Business Administration. So the majority of these comments here are indeed saying that he's a big silly boy for even claiming that he owns Atari, but there's a lot of tweets on here as well kind of running to his aid, and that's just sad. So it indeed is confirmed he does not own Atari, not even a slight piece of it, nor has he ever. But does that really surprise anybody in the gaming community or industry? But on a more serious note, no cap and gown, so to speak here, your boy did just pick up the rights, the full ownership to Sony. I'm going to be revamping the company. The PS5 is going to get slimmed down to a slim version. I'm also coming out with a PS5 Pro. It's going to have dual GPUs on the APU. It's going to be a real McBanger with cheese. That's how you lie to your following, Draco. You're doing it wrong. But back on the beat and arrow track of Honest Abe, make sure you guys catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on this YouTube channel, as well as Twitch TV and Facebook Gaming. Links in the description below so you can hang out with me and the boys as we slap noobs around with 360 no-scopes, tomahawk nutbusters, and ankle splitters. And I will see you guys tomorrow, because I upload daily.